Hi family, Christina Marie here, back with another video. I'm going to talk about a really touchy subject in the TI community. Forced suicide and conditioning suicide. So what they like to do is at some point they use different tactics depending on the victim. From my experience, I'm a very highly sensitive being, so their attacks on me, I really think God's not going to show any mercy on them when it's all over. I am a very sensitive being. I am very strong. I am a true warrior. But I am a very, very sensitive being. Even my physical body is really sensitive, and these scumbags took advantage of that. And I did a previous video where I talk about Israeli, Middle Eastern, these men show their true character and how they look at women. They really have no respect for women whatsoever. They're pretty fucking brutal. Just sickly, egotistical and arrogant. Their arrogance gets under my skin because of how sick they are. And they should not be allowed to have any arrogance whatsoever. Because they're really, truly ignorant beings. But anyways... conditioning. So at some point you're targeting the topic and subject gets brought up by the perps, these handlers, and they will bring you in a state of just torment and torture, to where they start conditioning the mind without you being aware. Because you're so focused on the torment and torture, you don't hear the whispers to the subconscious. In my targeting, they attack my conscious mind and my subconscious, so it's my targeting is pretty fucking severe. They try to corrupt the filter in my brain, and narrate all my fucking thoughts. Which I'm going to do a video later today so I really can expose how my targeting is and how severe it really is. It would really not only upset a lot of people, but it would blow their fucking minds. But the subject gets brought up at some point, and the conditioning by tormenting, confirmation from the universe, love it. I don't know if you see that hawk that just flew over the car. But it's basically whispers to the subconscious. It's like thought inserts by these handler perps. So the mind, I hate to say adaptable, that's probably the wrong word. It's a very sneaky attack. And if you catch them, you'll see what I'm talking about. But they will torment you in the most aggravating, horrendous manner. So the mind responds to that thought insert. I don't even want to say the word suicide. It upsets me so bad how many TIs have lost their lives because of these scumbags that aren't even worthy of the air in their lungs, and how they've been kept alive for so long and this has been allowed for so long is beyond me, I'll be honest with you. But that's how they condition the mind, to make the mind accept the idea, and it's all manipulation. So I can't even say that it becomes your own idea. But in a spiritual sense, it's basically giving them permission once you kind of accept that idea. I don't know if that makes sense, you guys. I hope this makes sense. I'm trying to use the correct words And trying to really break it down so you have a better, you can hear that they're hitting me. You heard the vibration when I said better and how it was dragged out. That's a frequency. Believe me, I can speak very well with no problem. And I can think very well. I can think for myself. But it basically, your brain kind of, that's the conditioning, kind of adapts the idea and intertwines it basically to make it your own. I hope this makes sense. But it's all manipulation because these aren't your own thoughts at all. It's theirs. It's theirs. And they don't like to look at it as being forced because it's sneaking manipulation. So they feel that we have to take responsibility for ourselves. And I'll be honest with you, this is not true. And that's my personal opinion, that these coward scum, even with their sneak dissing, their manipulation, have no right in the world or universe to do what they do. And their accusations also to avoid their guilty conscience is just laughable, because they have nothing but bloodshed on their hands. Their bodies are filled with guilt. Their minds are filled with guilt. They have numerous bloodshed on their hands. And some of these elite dogs, these top dogs in this, that is over this technology, will have a bigger price to pay because they have a lot of bloodshed on their hands. Innocent women, men, and children, animals, the poisoning of, I'll go into deeper detail if they need me to, plant life, the air, the waters, our food, all our natural resources that have been poisoned by these perpetrators. They're just toxic beings. They have a lot of guilt on their hands, and I will not be the one to carry that weight for them. I will not be their excuse to rid themselves of their karmic debt in this world, because I know the spiritual side of targeting, and I'm pretty intelligent in that area. So these secret societies, these cultic, they're not functionable in society, so how dare they call themselves any kind of society, because they're not functionable beings amongst society at all. Only with their own kind, and they're not even functional. Around and amongst their own kind. Cultic beings is what they are. It's nothing but cults. But I'm very familiar and very aware of their cultic ritual abuse, their harvesting of energy, and trying to rid themselves of karmic debt in this world by performing their sacrifices and bombarding others with their karmic debt, bombarding human and innocent vessels with their karmic debt, and releasing all their madness and psychotic, wicked ways through an innocent vessel. And this is how they release the karmic debt, is using other people. So I hope all this makes sense, you guys. I'm really going to get down to the nitty gritty to expose every aspect of their world, which no longer belongs to us, because their world is crumbling to pieces. All their networking is crumbling. The last thing, honestly, to really expose in this world is this technology, which does not belong to them. Even their technology is stolen. It doesn't even belong to them. They want to try to claim everything in this world to be theirs. But it doesn't belong to them anymore. So I hope this makes sense, you guys. Just remember how conditioning of the mind works. Do not adapt to any of their ideas. Do not adapt, no matter how hard that they hit you. They hit me to the point of no return. No matter how hard they hit you, do not adapt to any of their ideas. Because once you adapt to their ideas, and I'm going to do another video on that too today, what I call Lockheed and Martin, where they lock in that frequency to hold it. What they would call, I guess, a stronghold. Is all done through this technology. The frequency is basically locked in. Once they get you to confirm it, they lock it in and carry out that frequency for the remainder of your targeting. So until you can break free from those chains. So I'm going to expose that as well. And I'm going to break that down the best way that I can so you can fight this battle way better than I ever could. I love you guys. Stay strong on the battlefield. Don't give up.